So
not
patient.
even local.
If you know you're on the right track, be patient, put your hand on the plow and be consistent at whatever you're doing, because you'll publish an article today, tomorrow we'll hear from you in December. So I think also that element of consistency.
Hi everybody, my name is Angie Murenga. You're watching Just Angie. It's Mwangi Monday and we're continuing a series with Babu, and today we're going to talk about the lessons that she has learned as she has executed her kingdom business and is on her journey for entrepreneurship. God bless. You know, even when you said and you spoke into that, the way we do things in Kenya, or sometimes even the way we do things in Africa, there has to be a shift. I used to wonder who is going to make the shift. And then God would say, you guys. I'm like, how? How do we make a dent in the kind of corruption and craziness and bribery that is out there? How? But he was like, you do your thing and then I will do my thing. And then we'll amplify our voices. Because look, there you are, you're doing the right thing. And you're running a kingdom business. And you have a foundation of Christ. And you know what is also very amazing about you, because they say Christians are not clever. You know, I don't know how we're supposed to look like, you know. At least you're very sharp, intelligent, global ranking. And you are still, the business development manager is still Jesus Christ, you know, because they've painted Christians in such a negative manner. Maybe some people we've contributed to it, but no, you know, like even every time I hold an event, people say, "Is that you mean this is a Christian event?" I'm like, what were you expecting?
And so
it must be excellent because God is excellent. So I'm very encouraged. You know, we haven't done this, so we have to do another video because you haven't. Are those the lessons you've learned?
No, the other one that I think is very, very loud is patience.
Yeah, I think patience.
In fact, for me, business, wake up, drink a bottle of patience. Because if you start it today and quit tomorrow, you will not see the fruits of your labor. The fruits of the labor really come with time. It's like wine, it gets better with time. If I left in 2015 and I was thinking, I'm going to just get a job, I would not have lived to see 2021. Kumbe 2021 was coming with very, very good
and
things.
With 3 years of being ranked by global ranking,
so
not
patient.
Even local.
If you know you're on the right track, be patient, put your hand on the plow and be consistent at whatever you're doing, because you'll publish an article today, tomorrow we'll hear from you in December. So I think also that element of consistency, I think it's something that has really contributed. Of course, looking back, I really wish I also got a business coach. It would have cut a lot of, you know, now straight from the beginning, what's your business plan? Do you have the money? How are you going to be developing? You know, I wish I had somebody who would just tell me all those things, because I'm a lawyer, I'm not a business person. So all this now with time, I have had to now figure my way and then get somebody to help me do one or two things. But I think a business coach at that initial stage would have really, really helped me.
And maybe we can say getting a coach for anything that you are not good at or is not your core business or core competency, it would be important to get one. That's amazing. Coaching, mentoring, sounding board. Because even you said, okay, you didn't have the money, but maybe somebody doesn't have the money, but you can start actions. You can start actioning, you can start strategizing, you can start planning, you can start thinking more about what it is that you want to do and just making a plan towards that. So that's a good one. What's another one?
Whoa, what's another one? I think hire right. Because what happens is that sometimes, what I've come to realize is that the team that you have is very instrumental to how you're going to move from point A to point B. So I think involving, actually, when like I did an interview the other day, and when I was doing that interview, I remember just, you know, the random prayer you pray, you know, God, please help me through these interviews. So the interview had really gone well with this potential, you know, associate. And right at the end, when I asked the person, like, so what are you currently earning? They began to fumble. And actually what they did is they lied. They actually told me the truth right at the end. When I had told them, now, you know, I need to see your pay slip. And so because of that, what would seem as a little fib, I was like, no, then I cannot bring you on board, because I've already told you one of the values of the firm is, you know, we are ethical. I need to be able to trust that if I send you to court, even if something goes wrong, you'll come and tell me the truth. You're not going to lie to me about what happens. But then it also taught me just hire right. Make sure you're very clear about what are your values and what is the skill set that you need. And I really like, I don't know who said it, but it's one of these legends in business. even get somebody who's smarter than you.
Yes.
They will save you so much time, and that's a lesson that I'm coming to learn. They'll save you a lot of time and they'll free you. So I think the whole concept of hiring is very important. Who do you bring on board? Do they mirror your values, and do they have the skill set to help you take, the business where you want it to go? Yeah.
Wow. And God is your business development coach.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
I'm loving the lessons. I wanted to just maybe also close with this. Like, you see, when you are wrestling in the prayer cubicle, you got an instruction.
Yes.
Some of us trash the instruction.
Yeah.
But like, it can't be just that simple. What I mean, writing a blog. You're like, okay, God is like, honestly.
Yeah.
What am I
What
going
do you
to
want
do?
to do?
What is it?
Yeah.
So I think it reminds me, because the picture that comes to mind is when, I don't know, it was Elijah, when he kept sending the servant out to look for something. And the first sign was just that, the fist, the cloud the size of a fist.
Yes.
And God didn't come in the shouting, he didn't come in the earthquake, he didn't come in all those things. He came very quietly. And then I told them to go out there because rain was coming, and I can hear the sound of abundance. And just the little fist was showing them abundance. So I feel for you as well, that's a big lesson. That when you got into that prayer closet and you said, I'm not leaving here until you give me a direction. And the direction was go write a blog. And sometimes the direction of God, it looks so unrelated to my huge magnificent problem.
And what you said, so simple.
You're like, God, are you serious?
Are you serious?
Are you okay, please?
I thought you were going to open a big door.
Yeah, but that's what he says. And then it's going to require obedience. I've always found that. It's then going to require your action. And then it's going to require consistency and discipline. That's all it's going to do. Just do what God is asking you to do. And it's amazing. Do you find that people write into the blog?
Yeah.
They write asking questions?
Exactly. So at the beginning, there was the option for questions. So at the end of every article, you'd ask questions. But man, I couldn't cope.
You can't, because you're not going to answer all of them.
Yeah. So what I did is nowadays when I publish the blog, some I will leave room for comments, others I will not, because I know I also don't want people to ask questions and then I don't answer.
Yeah, it's rude.
So that's what has happened. But it also shows that there really is a need. It's just it can't be fulfilled. So yeah, people do that. There's a lot of interaction, and people will also message you. Some people will even send emails, which really shows that, wow, this is something that is a need for sure. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love
and then now when you look back, by God's grace, you see so many other people are now doing that, sharing content, whether it's written or through videos and everything. So in that closet, God can actually tell you what's the future. And so if you ignore it at your own peril, and then now you start catching up, because like now I would have been catching up, but now if you check the blog, by God's grace, there are like 70 articles or something. Wow. So I really like what you've said. We will not progress if there's no obedience. Like God will keep referring you back to that same instruction. That's what you need to do.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Any closing statements?
Oh. I think, sometimes people ask, sometimes people look at the business side of things and they're like, wow, I like the flexibility, I like that you own your hours, you pick your work and those sorts of things. But I think one of the things I normally say nowadays is prepare yourself for success. If you are going to get into business, then begin to do that begin to put systems in place to enable you prepare for success. And when I talk about preparation for success, I mean, do you have income or capital to be able to support you through your business? Do you have a plan? Have you checked your market? Have you done some work to make sure you're not going to start? Because they say, I don't know, a huge percentage of the businesses that are started don't even get to year 3. So for me, I think one of my very resounding lessons is just prepare yourself for success. You can be very good at something, but it's that putting things in order so that God is able to also work and navigate through something that has been thought through. And it's not a decision that is taken quickly, because I also find that when God is speaking to me about things, he does not necessarily tell me everything in the first prayer. With time, as I keep thinking about it, the idea gets clearer. So to not think about it as an emergency, but to process it slowly as you plan. If you have the ability to get people who have already gone, who can walk with you on that journey, then I would definitely say use that. But if you have it in your heart, I think the worst thing you can possibly do is to wait until retirement to then begin to do these things. Because you see people clocking certain milestones and then they say, now I'm going to start doing something that I love. If that thing is in your heart, one thing that you'll find many people in business, they'll tell you, I wish I started earlier. So it's always good, begin to put those systems in place, begin to plan yourself towards a point of exit, and an exit that will not be too damaging to you. But know that that thing that is in your heart, that is one of the easiest ways for God to speak to you, because sometimes we really, how does God speak? How does God speak? There is that thing that all the time you think about. That thing needs to leave your heart and find its place in this physical world. So it's just a question of bringing it out. And I think that so many people are so, and I understand, you need money, you need to put food on your table, you need to pay school fees for your kids, but that nagging in your heart will not go. That's why I call it a call. The call keeps calling you. It just, you have to one day just allow it to leave your heart and find expression in this world. But do it in a way that you feel, you know, is not going to devastate what you are already very used to, but know that there's still an element of courage that is required. I think that is one thing that I would love. If we all did that, then we wouldn't be, you know, competing, because we all have a unique fingerprint. Yeah. I have friends who are employment law practitioners as well, actually very good friends. I don't see us as competing. My clients are very different. I go for different clients from the clients that they go for. But it's because I'm also just allowing that which is inside me to come out, as opposed to duplicating. Because I think in Kenya there's a lot of, this is the area, real estate, we are all now going to real estate. We are all going to start M-Pesa. We're all going to, it's looking for money as opposed to looking to fulfill that which is in your heart and bringing it out there, you know, into the marketplace, not necessarily into the church. So for me, I think that is one thing it would be such a beautiful world if we all just allowed that call to come out and find expression in this world, instead of just chasing money. Because when you chase them, it's actually true that when you do that which is inside you, the money will inevitably follow you. Yeah.
That's so powerful, Anne. I've really enjoyed having you.
I've
really enjoyed having you here. Thank you so much. We'll put your contacts on our videos on the screen, and they can get in touch with you. But I feel so empowered and so energized, and so grateful that God is at work amongst us in the marketplace.
Thank you too.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Pastor Angie. This is a great opportunity as well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. God bless you, and bye-bye.